everyone, it's Ross here with my latest Evrysdi or Risdiplam update. Today is day 57, so I've been on Risdiplam 8 weeks and 1 day, and I thought I would just give you an update. I'm joined today by one of my carers, Christy. She's worked for me for around forever. Yeah, she's worked for me for 11 years this October. September. As you can see, she likes to keep me a little bit in check. So yeah, she's joined us because obviously she's been with me on my SMA journey, and very much so recently. And for anyone who follows my Instagrams and likes my dinner pictures, she is one of my carers who loves a bit of cooking.
And I'm normally on the other side of the camera filming you.
Very true, very true. So anyway, so kind of gonna jump into it, hopefully not make this too much of a long video. So as I said at the start, day 57, and kind of, yeah, I'm going to kind of talk a little bit, and then I'm going to ask Christy how, you know, what her view on Risdiplam, or as it's now being called Evrysdi, what her view is it on it. So how am I feeling? So the side effects have pretty much completely gone. So I've got no headaches. I haven't had headaches now for, I think, about 2 weeks, which is good. I don't know whether that's that I've just got my fluid level and my meal intake right, or whether my body's just adapted to having the medicine, but touch wood, no headaches. What gains? So I'm not bench pressing any of my carers, and I'm not bench pressing anything. As one of my friends texted me today, said, "Are you bench pressing your carers yet?" No, I'm not bench pressing my carers. I'm still not able to independently give myself a drink or feed myself or anything significant like that. What I am able to do, which are small things for me, so when I have been to the shops on the occasional time in this strange pandemic, I'm able to independently use my Apple Pay, bit of advertising there, free for Apple, so I'm able to click the button on the side of the phone, which I was never able to do prior to taking the Risdiplam. My driving is substantially improved. So I've always, touch wood, been a pretty good driver with my hand controls, but I seem to be able to take those corners a little bit faster. We were on the way to the pool the other day, and my mum said to me, because she comes and helps us out with swimming, she said, "Ross, I'd like to see my breakfast tomorrow morning. Any chance you can slow down a little bit?" My circulation is still improved. I swear there was another benefit that I'd thought of before I did this, that another kind of improvement, whatever the improvement is, it's kind of gone right now. It might come back to me in a minute, and we might do this in 2 cuts, so I'll add it on a bit later anyway. And then I guess from a kind of maybe slightly, not negative point of view, but things that I have noticed, so seem to have developed a bit of like acne again as a not acne.
It's just spots.
Yeah, in really random places. So yeah, I've had the odd spot, and also the other thing was I can't remember what it was.
You've developed.
It was the negative thing. I said it. There was 2 things. One was the spots, and there was something else that was odd, and I can't remember what it was. It's gone from me, so it can't be that important. I'm going to check those things in a minute that I wrote down. So anyway, kind of, yeah.
Memory loss.
Memory loss, yeah, memory loss. Yeah, anyway, so I'll do a bit more in a minute because I've got some updates in terms of my work situation. But yeah, so you've seen me on this drug for 8 weeks. What things have you noticed?
You're a little bit stronger. Just movements of your hands and stuff like that to get them from your laptop. You're able to do that a bit more yourself, I think. And just holding the cup in bed, sometimes when you've been in bed and you've given yourself your own drinks. Yeah, you're driving, that's for sure. You just seem a lot more confident driving. What else?
I think you said earlier that I'm not as fatigued, but I am fatigued.
No, I think you're not as fatigued as you used to be before you started the drug, but because you've been doing lots of exercise and pushing yourself a lot, I think that's made you more tired, and it's obviously done something because you've lost a bit of weight lately, and most people seem to put weight on this drug. So I think because you're doing the exercise, you're actually, you're tired because you're doing more, which you weren't able to do before. So yeah.
And what other things have we been up to? So we've had some. What about the wheelchair man?
Oh yeah, for eating. We've had him and your SMA nurse, is she physio nurse, whatever?
Family care officer.
Yeah, come round, and he just wants to be able to have some arm support so he could eat his own food. So they're coming up with some just things that you clip onto the wheelchair, is it? Like little just supported pads to put his arms on, just so he can get that movement, because at the moment...
starting point at the moment.
Yeah, because at the moment he can do it if I was to put cushions under his arms, but where they're down lower, it's too much to get to his mouth. So hopefully they're going to make some little arm support so his arms are up higher, so he's got less way to go, but it's also activating the muscles to do that, so he'll get stronger and able to do that on his own. Hopefully. Save me a job anyway.
And we've been swimming with yourself and my other carers, so this is not only one carer on the video, but my other carer who isn't on this video, she's quite happy to not be on videos. Cameras are not her kind of thing, but we've been, between us, we are short-staffed at the moment, so but between us we've been really trying to focus and get in at least 3 swims a week, I'd say.
Yeah.
And rather than just swimming lengths, what I'm doing in the pool is sort of swimming 4 to 6 lengths of the sort of shallow end of the pool that I swim, which is still about 20 metres long, just to kind of get warm, because the pool isn't a hydro pool, it's just a normal public swimming pool.
And then you've been using the water as resistance to push your arms down, or to do arm curls, or using, because you've got the buoyancy of the water, if you like, and to push it down so it's still activating the muscles, but you haven't got the whole weight of your arms doing it.
Yeah, putting the arms above the head and trying to bring them down.
That's when you're floating on your back, putting your arms up here and then trying to bring them out like that. But laying on his back.
See, I can't do these things in the chair, so actually this is really good of you being able to demonstrate some of the things that we're doing. I think that's probably kind of it for now. As I said, there's no groundbreaking things.
Well, you've got different things you're doing with Calvin.
Yeah, so I have a personal trainer, my friend, school friend who happens to be a personal trainer, but he's pretty switched on. And he's chatted to your physio, SMA physio in London, and she's given him some... It's PNF. I can't remember what that stands for.
Neither can I. It was really long-winded.
But basically it's to do with it's to do with resistance on the muscles, so creating I can't remember what PNF stands for. Google PNF physio. But it's kind of like my arm, you can put resistance against things.
You've been using the bands, so having a band attached here and another one here, and then so because the arm's supported, he can then move it in and out and get the muscles going from there, rather than it just being all floppy and not being able to do anything.
Yeah. So I think kind of wrapping things up, and I will look on my video and add the bit on that I'd forgotten. So I've been finding, I guess this experience of taking the first oral treatment for SMA. I'm quite a resilient chap, but I think some days I've actually found it all a bit overwhelming. I follow a lot of other people on Instagram, and you'll see some people who have a couple of shots and the next day they're doing something they couldn't do. And I think also the other thing is as well, although I have SMA type 2, what I've learned recently is you can be on different ends of the kind of the 3 or 4 types of SMA.
You've got the 4 pairs of genes, is it?
Yeah, I've got the 4, what's it called? The 4 matching...
It's genes, isn't it?
No, good. 4 SMN2 copies.
That's it.
Yeah, I've got 4 SMN2 copies, but things that I'm already strong on, that I was never weak on. So things like, I've always been able to sit up on my shower chair to go to the toilet. I don't need support. My head control has always been pretty good.
Sometimes it gets knackered.
Yeah, sometimes it gets tired. But where I'm really weak is in is in the arm function. So, you know, the kind of ability to do things like lift my arm up or feed myself or give myself a drink, where some other people on SMA can do that, and they're weaker at getting their hand on and off their controller, where again I can kind of do that stuff myself. But anyway, where I'm trying to go with this is I've found the journey quite a bit, you know, emotionally sort of draining some days, seeing different, you know, progress from other people and maybe trying to compare myself. So my advice to you is, you know, don't do that. Like, if you can, don't do that. Yeah, so I'm going to come on to the work thing. So I have been finding the balance of trying to do the exercise, also the feeling of the tiredness from the exercise, the feeling of the fatigue. So I think, again, Lamondre talked about once you've sort of been on the drug a couple of months, the fatigue element sets in, and I definitely feel some days, although I'm not tired kind of from a kind of the breathing point of view tired, but I'm tired from the fatigue of the drug and the trying to do exercise. So I've had a conversation with work, and for a significant period of my hours, I'm still going to be in work 4 days a week, and I'm going to work flexible hours around. So some mornings I'll be early, some days I work a little bit later. Overall, I'm still probably doing 60 to 70% of my working week, but what it's allowing me to do is make time to go for a swim in the morning when I'm more physically alert, and it's also more efficient. I've only got to shower once a day, where if I go for a swim at night, I tend to have a shower in the morning, and then I tend to want to have a shower or a bath after I've been swimming. So again, it's a better use of my time during the day, a better use of my carer's time in supporting me during the day. So that's going to be the change, and I'm hoping that we'll see some progress in the next few weeks.
Well, no, it's also that you've got time to be able to do your physio and time to maybe be able to try and eat yourself, because half the time you're rushed at work, and the quickness of me feeding you whilst you're on a call to someone, it always takes over. Rather, if you've got time on your own, you can then try to do a bit yourself, because it will take longer, but you'll have the time to do it. So that's part of it as well.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. So at least 2 days a week, because I'm going to be working just from the afternoon, I'm going to try and select some lunches that are proddable. So food that I can have a go at prodding, chicken nuggets or something like that, where I can at least have a go, not like some fancy salad, which I'd end up spilling all over myself. So anyway, that's kind of my update. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments. Please subscribe. I've been asked by a couple of fellow SMA people to do a few more videos, one on my kind of accessible home, so I'm going to try and do that now that the sun's shining, and another couple of people have asked me to do some more videos around my driving, so again I'm going to try and do some more of those, just to kind of share a bit more about my life, because the Risdiplam updates, as you can see, are kind of getting further apart as the kind of initial progress was, and now it's kind of plateaued for a bit. So anyway, thanks very much. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, I just looked at my notes because it's Friday, it's the end of the week. I was really tired. So yeah, the other benefit is, so my joints in my right hand are really quite hyperextended, but since taking the drug, still got a bit of hyperextension, but it's not as bad as it used to be, which is good. So I don't look like I've got such Game Boy fingers, which is pretty cool. And I was having weird effects of, like, my eyes used to be quite itchy at the sides. That seems to have stopped as well. And I'm on my second dose as well now. I'm on my second batch of the dose. So maybe different bottles, slightly different side effects. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd add that bit in at the end. Cheers, bye.
Bye.